check out some of the moves off of the lows as well. Pulte Group, D.R. Horton, Lennar, and Toll are up 220% on average from their 52-week low back in the spring. But joining me now with more on the sector and some of his top picks, Michael Rehard is the home building analyst at J.P. Morgan. And Michael, you think these stocks, let's start with Pulte, still have room to run? How much?
Right. So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me. We put out a sector update report this morning in which we rolled out our 2021 price targets and updated our numbers. Simply put, we do think there's a lot more room to run here. It's not only because of the fact that you have a very strong fundamental backdrop, low rates, tight supply, affordability is good, and we could list another 5 factors. But we also see a lot of historical precedent. When you look back and you understand that we're just right now after 13 years of single family starts being under 1 million, which is unprecedented. And in the prior 40 years, it only happened 7 years in a row. And we're just getting back to that long-term average. We think there's plenty of room for the market to continue to recover. And when you look at the home building stocks, the builder fundamentals themselves, you had several consecutive years last cycle where the builders were putting up solid double-digit order growth, very strong margin expansion, and several years of outperformance.
Yeah, and so you've got Pulte with an overweight as well as NVR, but you do have some downgrades. Can you tell me about those and why?
In looking at the group generally does trade together, and with our updated price targets, we have a 27% average upside as of the close of yesterday. The ratings, we take a more of a relative approach within the group and focus on relative valuation against their relative fundamental profiles. In that context, we downgraded Meritage, still having solid upside, but more in line with the group, so therefore a neutral rating. Still 20% upside, but it trades at a good valuation premium to its smaller cap peers. That premium is reasonable, but it does result in more of an inline upside potential. We also have an underweight on Toll Brothers, having a nice premium valuation to its larger cap peers, despite our outlook for below average margins and returns.
So finally, Michael, let's circle back to Pulte for one example. As you've explained, you think this could be kind of a trend that runs at least another 15 months. But what about the valuation? I mean, this is one of the most loved sectors of the market. Is it high by historical levels?
Right. So, for Pulte specifically, we find it particularly attractive. We added it to our analyst focus list this morning, and as of yesterday, an upside potential of 49%. Currently, as of yesterday, was trading at only 7.5 times our forward numbers against its larger cap peers at over 9 times, yet also having the best margins and returns in the larger cap space, returns outside of NVR, that is. In terms of the valuation for the group overall, actually, it's trading right in line with the past cycle at this point in time in the cycle, on a relative basis. So currently it's trading roughly at a half of the market multiple. And in the last 3 years, it's been in a range of 0.4 to 0.6. That's right in line with the range that it traded in the first half of the 2000 decade.
Yeah, so it's amazing, as well as they've done, this is still not kind of screaming to you that it's overvalued. Michael, thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Michael Rehard of J.P. Morgan. Pulte, as you saw, is up nearly 4% on a nice day for the builders in general.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.